Most men make the same mistake. They wait for a woman to say it out loud, to confess desire in words. But here's the truth. When a woman truly wants you, she rarely tells you directly. She doesn't need to. Why? Because desire for her speaks in behavior, not language. It's in the way she looks at you, how her body leans in just slightly, how she hesitates before leaving. And yet men, especially those who haven't learned the deeper rules of connection, chase clarity through conversation while ignoring the silent signals right in front of them. This leaves them confused, needy, and easily manipulated by words rather than grounded in truth. But the Stoic man, he's different. He doesn't react to every word spoken. He watches, he listens, not with his ears, but with his awareness. He sees through the veil, through the performance, and into the essence of what is. Because real strength isn't loud, it's quiet, still, centered. In a world full of noise, the man who stays silent but observant will always know what others miss. He doesn't chase her words, he hears her truth. When a woman says, "I don't normally do this," most men take it at face value. They hear restraint, hesitation, maybe even innocence. But a man who sees through illusion understands something deeper. That phrase isn't a warning, it's a shield. It's her way of protecting her image, not just in your eyes, but in her own. She's trying to give herself permission to feel what she feels, to want what she wants, without being judged for it. Society has long told women that desire must be hidden, dressed in virtue. So when she says that line, she's not making an excuse. She's revealing a part of her internal conflict. And here's the key. A Stoic man doesn't flinch. He doesn't glorify her for saying it, nor does he shame her. He simply sees it for what it is, desire dressed in hesitation. Because the Stoic understands that truth often wears a mask. And real connection isn't about reacting to the mask. It's about recognizing what's behind it and choosing stillness over performance. When a woman says we shouldn't be doing this but doesn't leave, what she is really doing is creating tension. She is not hesitating, she is heightening. In that moment, she is building a story, a moment that feels forbidden, thrilling, emotionally charged. It is not logic that drives her, but emotion. The idea that something is off limits makes it all the more irresistible. This is not about guilt. It is about intensifying connection through contrast. And here is where most men lose themselves. They get pulled into the emotion. They start reacting to the drama. They confuse tension for trouble. But the Stoic man stands still in the storm. He does not chase her emotions. He lets them pass like clouds across a steady sky. He understands that feelings rise and fall, but presence remains. He sees the moment for what it is, not a warning, but a performance of desire, dressed as restraint. As Seneca wrote, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. So the Stoic does not run from the moment, and he does not feed it either. He simply observes, calm, measured, clear, and that clarity becomes his power. When she looks at you and asks, "What are we doing?" she is not really looking for a definition. She is looking for a reflection. This is not about labeling the relationship. It is about testing your frame. She wants to know if you have already fallen, if you are emotionally dependent, if she has power over you. Many men rush to answer, hoping to offer clarity, thinking it will create connection, but often all it does is reveal weakness. The truth is, she already knows what is happening. She just wants to see how you hold yourself in the face of uncertainty. And this is where the Stoic man becomes different. He does not fear ambiguity because he does not seek control through words. He knows that real connection exists in feeling, not in labels. Desire does not need to be defined to be real, so he does not rush to explain. He holds space for the question without needing to fill it, because he understands that the stronger energy in the room is not the one that reacts, but the one that remains rooted. The Stoic is not detached from emotion, he is just not ruled by it, and that makes all the difference. When she tells you you are not like other guys, it may sound like a compliment, but it carries a deeper message. What she really means is you are not reacting the way she is used to, and that makes you intriguing. Most men chase validation. They try to impress. They lean in too quickly. But when you remain grounded, unaffected by flattery, unbothered by the need for approval, it disrupts the pattern. She feels a kind of tension, not from what you say, but from what you don't give away. You are not emotionally available on demand, and that mystery draws her in. The Stoic man is not cold, he is composed. He is not arrogant, he is clear on his worth. And that calm confidence sends a message louder than words. You do not need her, and that is exactly why she wants you. Because in a world full of men who lose themselves just to win someone over, you remain whole. The Stoic is immune to sweet words, not because he doesn't feel, but because he refuses to be controlled by them. And that emotional strength becomes the most attractive thing in the room. When she looks at you and asks, "Are you always this mysterious?" she is not really looking for answers. She is expressing frustration wrapped in fascination. What she is truly saying is, "Why don't I have control over you like I do with other men?" Because mystery to the feminine is like fire to oxygen. It feeds the spark. Most men reveal too much too soon, trying to prove they are trustworthy or interesting. But the Stoic man reveals nothing he does not choose to. Not because he is playing games, but because his silence is not a tactic. It is a reflection of inner depth. He has lived through loss, learned through pain, and carries experiences that do not need to be displayed to be real. His mystery is not a mask. It is a side effect of self-respect. She senses there is more behind your eyes than your words reveal, and that quiet unknown pulls her in. The Stoic man does not withhold to manipulate. He simply knows that true presence is rare, and mystery is not created, it is earned. And in a world addicted to oversharing, the man who speaks less but means more becomes unforgettable. Women rarely say it outright because direct words would ruin the mystery. What they truly feel often comes out sideways, through emotions, suggestions, pauses, and glances that linger just a little too long. Desire for them is a language of feeling, not a declaration. And for the average man, this creates confusion. He wants clarity, he chases confirmation, he leans into what can be named and labeled. But the Stoic man walks a different path. He does not need to be told, he does not seek to possess. He watches, he observes, he listens without demanding. He understands that true connection is not about control, but about presence. He knows, as Epictetus once said, that freedom is the only worthy goal in life, and that it is earned by letting go of what lies beyond our control. A woman's desire is not a prize to capture, it is an energy to witness. She will never say it directly because saying it would make it smaller and less alive, but she will always say it with her presence, with her eyes, with her silence. And the real man, the Stoic man, he does not miss that signal. He hears what isn't said. He trusts what he feels, and he remains still in the storm.